Alright, here we are at the Gallo Ranch. If I can get it to zoom in on the sign there. Here we go. That's our chickens. We've got some baby chickens going. This is our greenhouse. Gonna take a little tour of what we got going in the greenhouse. We got cuttings, we got grafts, we got seedlings. Lights are back on because the temperatures dropped down a little bit low. Did not realize it was pulsing like that. It doesn't pulse like that to your naked eye. Anyway, back here in the back, we have a Caldwell that has not woken up yet. May go ahead and move it outside. I was trying to protect it because the tree that I got that cutting from has been destroyed in a construction project in Caldwell, Texas. And this is a rooting that started to die, so I potted it up, and looks like it's staying alive. Just waiting on it to see if it'll leaf out. This is also another cutting, Jan's Best cutting. Those are both Jan's Best. Then we have a Jan's Best right here. That is a graft from September. That's doing really, really well. And then we'll have a Pakistani right there. That these two rootstock were not only side by side, but they were had some common roots, so I just went and left them together and left them in one pot. Then we got a Pakistani on a it's on a mulberry, wild mulberry that I dug that I was able to get a cutting to root off of. They look like they're struggling. And then we got more Pakistanis here on a dwarf mulberry rootstock, and they've started to pop out there a little bit. We got two buds on that one side. I can't see that there. Here we go. Two buds on that side and a single one over here. And then we have a container right here with some cuttings that I got in January. And of course they're doing really, really well, but they always do. They'll eventually start dying most of the time. But you can see we got a Pakistani right there that's growing some long fruit. There's another Pakistani right there. And there's Lakeland Tropical in here, and Maui. I've also got a couple of figs. There's a fig right there. I don't see the other fig. Anyway, and then I got some Maui and Maui and Lakeland Tropical here that have a lot of top growth, but I don't see any roots in there yet. And they're kind of starting to, that one there is starting to kind of sag a little bit right there. Anyway, we've also got a bunch of seeds started in here. And this is watermelon here in front of us with some cantaloupe right there. And then we've got zucchini. That's a crimson watermelon in the second row, yellow squash in the third row, and eggplant. And we've got cucumbers and butternut squash and acorn squash. Then we've got up here on the top, we got a lot of tomatoes. My tomatoes are kind of late, but they look like they'll probably make out. I've got some of my dad's no-names right here, and then I got some of Dad's, that's his seeds, and down there is my seeds from the same thing. And we got some more grafts going right here. That's a Lakeland Tropical on a dwarf mulberry. That's a Pakistani on a red mulberry, wild red mulberry that I air layered. That's a Jan's Best that doesn't look like it's going to happen. This one here is a cutting that is a Maui that I got from Jan in Florida that I had bagged up in January 27th, and it had a bunch of roots, and I thought maybe I could get it to go. And I just potted these two up today. This is a Lakeland Tropical that had a ton of roots from 4 different locations that had been bagged up and had gotten too big for the plastic container. So I went ahead and took a chance that it will continue to root and continue to grow. Then here's Jan's Best cutting that looks like it's completely died. That had lots of roots, but top started to die, so I potted it up and it didn't make it. Here's another Jan's Best, same thing, but it looks like it's gonna make it. And you know, you see it got some growth going on it already right there. This was another cutting that I had bagged up. Pretty sure this is a dwarf everbearing. And then here we have Maui grafted onto a dwarf mulberry, and of course they're doing real good. Here's some Pakistani that I put on a red mulberry that I got off a nickel sawmill, and that's where it's got the NS on it right there. Then here's another Maui that is on a dwarf mulberry, and here is a Pakistani that's on a dwarf mulberry that's starting to pop out. So it looks like we're going to have some successful stuff here in the little greenhouse. Oh, forgot to mention, there's the one of them is from Danny's mulberry, Danny's fig tree, the car guy down the street, and this one here is from the little tree that I have here by the chickens, little fig tree I have by the chickens. So anyway, that's what we got going on here. So, talk to y'all later. We're out of here.